it's Showbiz Shelly, and this week everybody's been talking about the new issue of Vanity Fair magazine with those pictures of Miley Cyrus. She's kind of half nude. There's one where she has a blanket wrapped around her but her back's exposed, and in another one she poses with her dad where their arms are kind of embraced around each other. So let's go see what Chicagoans think of these pictures of Miley Cyrus. So what do you think of these pictures of Miley Cyrus?
I think that they're fine. I don't see anything controversial about them.
So what do you think of these pictures of Miley Cyrus?
Well, I don't think they're that bad because in shops we're selling clothes that are more and more provocative for younger and younger kids. Like 9-year-olds are walking around in tiny tops and mini skirts, and you know their parents are letting them, and we as a society are letting them, and then we kick up a stink about it when we don't like it. So this is kind of old news now. You know, like this is happening. Britney did it, Christina did it. So
I see nothing wrong with them because Brooke Shields, she posed naked when she was 12 or 10, and it's just the way kids are. And I teach art, so I like the human body, and I think there's nothing wrong with it.
So yeah, does this look artistic to you?
It's very artistic, yes.
Why do you say that?
The way it's composed, and I teach photography, so it's a very good picture.
I think for being 15 years old, she shouldn't be taking pictures like that.
Why not?
Well, it's just like too revealing or something. Like for 15 years old, and like, would you want your 15-year-old, if you had a daughter, would you want your 15-year-old taking pictures like that?
No, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, well, neither would I, so she needs to like cover up a bit more.
Did you see these pictures of Miley Cyrus?
Yeah, I did.
And what do you think of them?
I think if she's doing kid shows, it kind of gives off the wrong image.
How old are you?
I'm 16.
So do you kind of look up to her as like a role model?
Not really. I don't really watch like a lot of kid shows, but I think for little kids they do, and I don't think that sets a good example.
So what do you think of these pictures?
Well, I think they're a little bit provocative, but you know, she's a child superstar, so she has to be more accountable for her actions. She's under 16, she can't drive, so she shouldn't be able to take pictures like this.
Well, anything else you want to add or say?
Lay off of her. We love Hannah Montana.
That's right, you heard him. Okay, so I'm actually standing here with Miss Illinois 2007. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good. Now we're talking about these Miley Cyrus pictures.
Right.
Now you saw them, you said, in Vanity Fair.
I've seen them.
Now coming from a role model such as yourself, what would you say about them?
Well, I think it's a little bit disappointing because she is such a role model to young girls now. I mean, everybody knows about Hannah Montana and everyone knows about Miley Cyrus. And so it can kind of give these young women a misconception about what's appropriate, I think. So it's a little disappointing, and I wish she would have reconsidered that. But I think with the ramifications of what has happened since those pictures came out, it will be something that she will probably think about in the future. And a lot of people in her position who are role models, you know, we have to think about things like that. So.
And if you were to run into her, what advice would you have for her, give her?
I think just learn from your mistakes. You know, that's what I tell kids when I go into schools. It's all about, you know, being able to make decisions, and can you go back and look at the decisions that you've made and think about them analytically and say, maybe that wasn't the best decision, and maybe I need to think about things like that in the future. So I think it's just learn from your mistakes and maybe consider the fact that there are very young eyes who are going to see those, and it's going to be alarming to a lot of parents who, you know, who have thought Hannah Montana was such a great and wholesome thing to promote with their kids, and now they're not so sure. I think something we have to consider is that, you know, Miley, she's only 15 years old.
Right.
So she's not even, you know, she's not even technically an adult yet, and so to even think about doing pictures like this, I think is, I don't know that it was a great career move, but she'll be the one to decide that, I guess.
B96